Hey guys, it's Dodderin. Welcome back. It's New Year's Eve 2012, and we are getting close to bringing in 2013. Actual fireworks shows are about to start. I thought I would give you all a treat and put out two videos talking about creating and using fireworks in Minecraft 1.4.6 and beyond. So in the first video, I want to show you all the possibilities you have in actually making fireworks. And then in the second video, I want to show you how you might properly stage creating and putting on an actual fireworks show. If you're an op on a server, you're going to need access to certain things regular players don't have. Plus, being an op gives you the ability to create these fireworks a lot easier than if you were in survival as a standard player. So in the video right now, I am actually on my multiplayer server where there are other players. So I needed to go somewhere a fair distance away from where the rest of the populace is. So as an op, I use the teleport command to transport myself almost 1,000,000 blocks away, so that even if someone decided they wanted to walk and find me, it would take them literally a Minecraft year or so to get to where I was. So I can have the ability to do what I need to do here without lag and without people coming and disturbing and stealing stuff while I was trying to build it. So what I did is I found an ocean biome, and I actually created a little staging area where I could create the fireworks, launch the fireworks, and then came up with some ideas on how you might launch multiple fireworks at one time. I also, as op, have created a couple of control blocks that will turn on daylight or nighttime simply by stepping on these two blocks. All right, awesome for testing. I also created a one-way trip, and we won't use it this episode, to go from this staging area to the place in the regular world where the actual show would be put on. So you'll see me use that in our next episode. So let's talk about fireworks in general. Over here I just created something kind of for my own benefit, but I'll kind of walk you through it. At its very most basic, a firework needs only two things: a piece of gunpowder and some form of color, some kind of dye. These two elements will actually allow you to create what they call a fireworks star. So what I did is I just came up and I created two chests. One of the chests has all 16 of the dyes that you could come across in the game. So I have access to all the color I might ever want. And the other chest has all the goodies that you really need to make the fireworks, including gunpowder, paper, diamonds, glowstone, or what they used to call lightstone dust, gold nuggets, fire charges, feathers, and heads. And you'll see here it says Wither Skeleton Skull. I'm choosing to use these. You can actually use any head that you want to. But if you're playing in survival, the only way to get a head is to get one of these Wither Skeleton heads. And the only way to get one of these is to go on a killing spree of Wither Skeletons in the Nether. It's a rare drop, so you will not see one when you kill every skeleton. You may find yourself killing 5 or 10 just to get one skull, and then you'll have it to use here. While we're at it, let's talk about this one. The fire charge, which is similar to the head, you have to actually craft in Minecraft. And to create one fire charge, you're going to need 1 piece of coal or charcoal, 1 piece of gunpowder. Then you're going to need to take a trip to the Nether, and you're going to need to kill a blaze, get one of its rods, and turn the rods into blaze powder. So to make 1 fire charge, you're going to need blaze powder, coal or charcoal, and gunpowder just to create this. Okay? Diamonds, you know how hard they are to come by in survival. So, you know, given these 3, it's kind of easy. Actually, even gunpowder, too, considering you can only get them from creepers. So I'm going to say these 4 aren't the easiest things to come by. So if you could do it in creative mode, it would be very easy. Or if you had op mode and you could switch your game mode over to creative temporarily just to get these, that would be the way to go too. Well, to get started, I just want to show you a couple of things. I am going to take just the basic pieces that you're going to need. Let's take, I don't know, let's try a green one. So I said a second ago, at the most basic level, you need to create a fireworks star. And to create a star, you're going to need 1 piece of gunpowder and any color of your choosing. So I'll toss that in. That'll create one of these things. If you point at it, it'll give you the information. So this fireworks star is going to create a firework that is shaped like a small ball in the color of lime. Alright, so I'll take that out. And then, this by itself won't do anything. This is what creates the head of the firework. To create the firework, you have to take the fireworks star, at least 1 more piece of gunpowder, and a piece of paper. Take these in any order you want to. I've just gotten into the habit of doing it this way. Gunpowder on the bottom, paper in the middle, your fireworks star at the top. Now, I don't know if you noticed that, but before I put the star in, it created a rocket. If I point at it, it's simply called a firework rocket. Now, I'm actually going to take one of those and put it down on my hot bar. I want to show you something here. So let's take another piece of gunpowder and another piece of paper. We'll come back down and we'll make the actual rocket. There's got to be a bug in Minecraft that I'll show you in a second. This one says firework duration 1, creating a small ball line. Flight duration 1 is because I have 1 piece of gunpowder. That means that this will not fly super high into the air. Okay? Alright, I've got 2 of these fireworks. Now I'm actually going to cause an error. That's I don't know if I want to do that because I may have other players on. Whoops. There we go. So here we got night. I think just for the safety of this video, I'm going to not launch this one. A firework rocket, if you were to right-click on the ground, would send the rocket straight up in the air, and all you would see are its little white particles that are shooting out. When it got to its ascent, it wouldn't do anything. It would just go, and it would be done. Okay? On a multiplayer server, there must be a bug, because if I was to launch this now, it would do its thing, and then it would immediately kick me out of the game with an end of stream error. And when I attempted this earlier, even if I logged off and logged back in, I got the error. Even if I logged off, exited Minecraft, loaded Minecraft again, logged in, I got the error. And the only way I could get out of it was to restart the server that I had. So I am not going to take that chance. So I'm going to come over to this other firework rocket. And if you remember, this one here has a flight duration of 1 in the shape of a small ball in the color of lime. So let's check this out. I'm going to right-click right on the ground. There's a basic firework. Okay, I'm in creative, which means I could sit here and launch as many of these as I would like. Okay, if I was really neat, I could even, whoops, I could do something like this. You see that? To kind of create a neat little streamed effect into the air. Okay? Pretty neat without too many items. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of these so that we can talk about some other ones. Okay? So those are the basics. You can create those little balls of literally any color you want, including weird colors that you might not think, you know, you'd actually want to use, like the dark colors. So let's just create 2 of those, and this time around I'll actually create them with a slightly higher height. Okay, so we'll come here, we'll make a dark gray one, and we'll make a black one. This one here we'll make with a flight duration of 2, which is a medium height firework. And this one here we'll make with 3 pieces of gunpowder. So you can already begin to get a feel for the cost of creating one of these. 3 pieces of gunpowder plus a piece of gunpowder to make the star. So, you know, you're going to have to kill at least 4 creepers. All right, so now let's take a look here. This one here is the black one. Could you see it? Barely. Okay? Doesn't seem like it's got possibilities, but watch until we use it in a different way. And here's that last one. Okay, that one was hard to see. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm in tiny. Let's try that again. I'm in tiny and I was in fast, so I've switched it over. Let's see if we get a better view this time. There we go. All right, that was the black one. And that was the gray one. Did you notice the difference in height? That was quite high up. And this was the medium one. You see that? Okay. Well, what else do we have here? To make fireworks that really look cool, you're going to want to give it a couple of edges. So let's come in here. We'll get, let's see, let's make 3 of them. All right, we know we're going to need some gunpowder. All right, we know we're going to need some color. So let's bring some colors out here. We'll do a red one, we'll do an orange one, and we'll do a light blue one. But this time around, let's give them some shapes. So we're going to go back up here, and we're going to take a look at the items that I have in this chest. This row that's got the diamond and the glowstone, we'll look at in a minute. It's this bottom row that applies shape. And actually, since there are 4 additional shapes, let's come down and we'll grab, let's see, how about magenta? We'll do a magenta one, so we can take a look at the other 4 shapes. We've seen the 5th shape already. That was the small ball. Okay, so right now, combining any set of these 2 would create a small ball fireworks star in whatever color we have. If we add one of these items, we can change the shape that would be created when it goes off. All right. Well, the easiest one to figure out is the fire charge. The fire charge increases the size of the ball. So if you don't include anything, you get a small ball. You put a fire charge in, you get the large ball. So we'll see that with the orange one. The gold nugget creates a star type of a shape, which is kind of cool. The feather creates a burst. The star kind of shoots off in like 5 or 6 different directions. The burst is similar, except it shoots them off all kind of in the same direction, like 5 or 6 points that kind of all go in an upward direction. You'll see what I mean in a minute. And then this guy is kind of cool. This guy will create a creeper head looking shape. Okay? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I will also add in 1, 2, 3, 4 more pieces of gunpowder and 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of paper so that we can actually create the rocket. Okay, all right, let's try this. We've got a piece of gunpowder, color, and a shape. It says it's going to create a star-shaped red firework if I combine it with a piece of paper and a piece of gunpowder. I'm only using one so that it won't go too high in the air. Alright, so there it is, a Flight Duration 1 star-shaped red firework. Okay, alright, I'm going to switch over just to speed it up a little bit. I won't go tiny, but I will go short. That'll give us a little extra speed. We'll see this because it's Flight Duration 1. Alright, so there's that small ball orange. If I add one of the fire charges, I get a large ball. Okay, again, it doesn't matter where I put these. Okay, I mean, they could be in any order. But if you're going to make fireworks, you're just going to want to get yourself into a mode where it's kind of the same no matter what you do. So there's my ball. That's a large one. I'm going to add another piece of gunpowder in the bottom, the piece of paper to create the tube, and I get a Flight Duration 1 large ball orange. Let's try a feather. Remember, the feather creates a burst. I love how it kind of color codes these stars. So there's a burst, a light blue burst. We'll add our piece of gunpowder, our paper. Got another rocket. And the last one we're going to try is the creeper one. And this is a magenta creeper. It's kind of interesting how they all look the same, yet they're different. And Flight Duration 1 creeper shaped magenta. The number of possibilities on creating fireworks is nuts. So I'm not exactly sure how the game is able to say, this one is different than this one. Because look, do you notice? You can't stack them. It knows they're all different. However, you might have saw over here, I've got stacks. And that's because these are all my testing fireworks, small ball oranges. It's the exact same firework. So you can stack them. So, based on the number of possibilities, that's kind of nuts. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see. Let's do the large ball first. Then we'll do the star. Then we'll do the burst. Then we'll do the creeper. Okay. All right, I'm going to come over here. We're going to make it night. And we're going to try it. This should be the large ball. Let's see what it looks like. See how much bigger that was? Let me come over here. I did make this as, it was an orange one. So if we move these down, I'll grab one of my test ones, which also was orange, but it's a small ball. Okay, so let's see. Here's the small one. Here's the large one. See, it's almost 3 times as large. All right, let's try another one. I believe this one is the star. See that? I'm going to see if I can count the points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it was 12, wasn't it? Yeah, 12. All right. Here's a burst. See that? It's kind of weird, huh? And then here's the creeper. And I don't know how good we're going to see this because of the way we're angled. Yeah, see, for some reason it puts it off to the side. Maybe if I come over here, we'll see it better. Let's see if I can get as far away as possible. There we go. Ooh, that was better. If I go into fly mode, let's try that. There we go. Did you see that? Yeah, Mr. Creeper Dude. Okay, so those are all the basic shapes that we can create. All right, I'm going to delete all those. So, those are all the basics. So is that all you can do? Goodness, no. Those are all the basic shapes. So what are you going to do to make some really cool affected ones? Watch what we're going to try. We are going to take two balls. Why don't we say a red one and a blue one? We'll make it a light blue one. Okay. This time, though, we're going to grab, we need a piece of gunpowder for each. We'll need a piece of gunpowder for the rocket with paper. Okay, but watch what I'm actually, no. Watch what we're going to do. I'm going to take one fireball. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. These are going to make a small red ball fireworks star. Okay, this one will make a large blue firework ball. But here's what's cool. We're going to combine them in one rocket. We'll make it actually, no, I think the effect will look better if we toss in one extra. Make it a medium. We'll put 2 down here, so it'll be a flight duration 2. But watch, we're going to combine them. Okay, so if you think about the way these shapes work, you're going to have a big ball with, there's a little ball inside of a big ball. If you combine fireworks stars into one rocket, you'll create a heavy-duty rocket. What's wild is this thing is going to go up in the air, and when it hits its elevation, both are going to go off at the same time. And these create some of the prettiest ones you'll see in this game. So let's try this. Did you see that? Is that a riot or what? That one is a keeper. That one's a keeper. The keepers we're going to put over here. Okay. All right, let's try another one that's kind of cool. Let's bring out a light green, a dark green, and a black. And here's what I would like to do with this guy. We'll make it, whoops, put those over here. We'll make it also a medium duration, 1, 2. But what I want to do is create 3 creeper heads. Okay? The creeper head itself is the same size, but there is the slight random possibility that when it renders it in the sky, its angle of rotation will be different. And from playing around with it, I discovered that this is really cool for kind of guaranteeing that when it goes off, no matter where your spectator happens to be standing, they're going to be able to see one of the heads. So I am going to toss 2 gunpowders in, and look at this. We are now getting up to a 3-shaped firework. You see that? All right, let's bring that in. And I'm going to try this thing over here where I stood over here. And actually, actually, I'm going to, do I have a single? This is the single right here. I'm going to put it inside of this. And we will use a torch to light it up. This way we can get some distance. Okay, let's see how this guy works. Did you see that? You had the light green one going one way and the others going another way. And I turned that on by mistake. Okay, Pretty cool. Unfortunately, when you put it in a dispenser, you use it, so it's gone. So we can't keep that as a keeper. All right, so what else could we do? Let's take a look at a couple more. This time we'll make a couple at one time. Oh, look at these. They were in my dispenser. This is a high duration firework, which means it's going to go quite high in the sky. But look at this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different shapes tied to one firework. 5 stars in one firework. Okay. Whoops. Again, one of your more wild ones. Look at that. That's one rocket. Is that wild? All right. I want to keep this to around 30 minutes, so I am going to have to speed this up a little bit. The last thing we haven't really talked about is what you could do after the firework is done. So to speed this up, we're going to go simple again. We'll create some single color fireworks. We'll do a blue one, we'll do a yellow one, and we'll do an, let's see, I was going to say orange, pink. All right, but this time, let's go back and we'll add something else. We'll add a diamond to one of them and lightstone dust to another one, and then both to the third one. Diamonds and the lightstone or the glowstone dust affect the firework after it's exploded. All right, the lightstone dust will create kind of a twinkle effect, and it'll actually put some sound in there. You'll hear the like a crackle. The diamond creates a trail. So when that little pixel explodes, it'll actually travel in the sky for a little bit, which is a really cool effect. So let's put these together and see what happens. All right, so there's one. There's two. And here's our last one. And you can see how you just point at the star and it tells you which one you're going to get. Okay. All right, there's one. Here's another one. All right, this one has the trail and the twinkle, so we'll do this one last. And we'll do this one. All right, so this one has twinkle. So the first one is trail, then twinkle, then both. Okay, so trail, twinkle, and both. All right, here's trail. Did you see how much fuller the color was because the pixels stayed in the sky longer to create that little twinkle? And then watch how it ends. See how the first pixels that were rendered were the first ones that disappeared to kind of aid in making that little effect. All right, let's look at the other one. This one here is the twinkle, and you'll also hear how it kind of explodes at the end. You see? But you'll see a lot of black in there because you don't have the trail. You see that? And then the last one is a combination. You see? So the pixels stayed a long time, and then you hear that crackle. Is that wild? All right. These are also going to be keepers. So we'll put those here. I'm going to put these over here too. I didn't know I had any good ones left. And actually there is one more thing we could talk about. Let's say we took a patriotic firework. Red, white, and blue. And then I'm going to introduce a fourth color. All right. Let's see what we could do with this. Here's the gunpowder we'll need. We'll make this a medium one. So it needs this piece of paper. And, let's say we make it a large ball. And we give it both effects. We give it the twinkle and the crackle. Okay? Alright, so let's see what this is going to do here. We've done this here. Okay? It's going to be patriotic. So we're going to toss 3 colors in here. We're going to give it the large ball. And then we'll give it the trail and the twinkle. So look at that. That's a big one. Okay? That gives us our star. But here's where this color comes in. Before we make the rocket, I'm going to take this fireworks star and I'm going to add a color to it. And look at what happens. Fade to yellow. So it's going to explode patriotically in red, white, and blue. But then all the pixels are going to fade into yellow. They're going to like morph into yellow. So it's just one extra effect that you could tie in here. Okay? So now we'll turn it into a firework. And look at that. A flight duration 2 large ball, red, white, and blue, that will fade to yellow as it trails and twinkles. And this will be the last one I show you in this video. Let's see how this guy looks. You see that? So it starts off patriotic and ends with the yellow. Pretty cool stuff. Alright, we'll make this one a keeper too. Well, in our next and last episode on fireworks, we're going to actually look at what these do, and then we're going to visit my staging area. If I look at some of these other chests I've got down here, I created fireworks stars for the fireworks that I created in the show that I gave my users just last night on the 30th of December. I didn't want to interfere with the, what the families might have been doing themselves. But you notice they're not flight durations. These are just the star. Depending on how many pieces of gunpowder I put into it, will determine that flight duration. You see that? And as you saw, I've come up with some pretty nutso looking ones. Let's see if there's yeah, look at this. Here's another one. Flight duration 3 that's got a bunch of good looking ones in it. Okay? So we will stage and actually present a full length firework display. The one I did last night had over 260 fireworks. The one we'll do in our video, let's shoot for double that. A 500 firework display. Alright? So until next time, have a happy New Year, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.